I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has begun his third term in office by authorizing the release of the 17th installment of the Prime Minister Kisan Nidhi funds amounting to nearly 20,000 crore rupees. The move is expected to benefit 90 million farmers across India. Modi was sworn into office on Sunday evening at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi alongside 71 union ministers, mostly from the BJP as well as other partners of the BJP in the NDA. The revised structure of the centre with increased representation from allies is likely to tweak Modi's existing plan of running office for his third term. Notably in March, remember, he'd held a key cabinet meeting in his second tenure, directing his ministers to create a roadmap for the first 100-day agenda of his potential new government. Not only that, the PM had also presented the plan for the next 100 days of Modi government before the PMO just a short while back. Well, even as, of course, Prime Minister Modi chairs his first cabinet meeting, we're going to be breaking down for you with a special panel what these 100 days is going to look like, what the plan for Modi 3.0's vision is for 100 days and, of course, then for the months and weeks ahead as well. Let's quickly first take a look at what the promises made by the BJP were and what possibly the 100-day plan could be of this Modi 3.0 government. So let's show you, of course, what those key priorities of the BJP Sankalp Patra are likely to be. Guarantee of service, good governance and welfare of the poor are likely to be, of course, the major thrust areas. Also free ration, water and gas connection as well as zero electricity bill from PM Surya Ghar was also promised by the BJP. Permanent houses for middle-class families. This was also something, of course, in the Sankalp Patra. Meanwhile, a national education policy also, the implementation of that was spoken about as well. Also, employment opportunities for the youth through infrastructure as well as investment, etc. were also spoken about. So, of course, a clear jobs plan. Under Nari to Narayani, further 3 crore Lakpati Didis will also be created. This was also something pledged by the BJP. Toilets will be built for women in public places as well. And will also implement the Nari Vandan Act. This was also a major poll promise. We'll try to increase the income of farmers from seed to market. Remember, this is also already something that is being acted upon. The first decision was on farmers. Also establishing Shriyan towards superfood was pledged as well. Will protect land through nano urea and natural farming. This was also something in the Sankalp Patra of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Will develop agricultural infrastructure was also something that they had promised. Will declare 2025 as the year of tribal pride. So clear, of course, focus on Adivasis there and tribal community. Guarantee of making India a global manufacturing hub also is something that the PM will be embarking on. Indian Judicial Code also will be formally applied, something that we've already seen in Parliament. So clearly, of course, a host of promises made by the BJP, and now everyone looking at the delivery of this as well. Joining us to decode this big story is Sharat Kohli, senior economist. We also have Sumit Peer, political analyst, joining us live. Rad Lakshmi Doshi, political analyst, is live with us. Chandni Preeti Shah, political analyst, also joins us live. Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, is live with us. George Kurian, political analyst, is also joining the broadcast. Let me make a start with you, Sharat Kohli. A lot of promises, but a lot of expectations as well, because it's been a historic mandate. What will be the focus, you believe, for the first 100 days for Modi 3.0?
Well, I was looking at the graphics, Uday, when you were showing them. All this Sankalp Patra which was done. I completely agree. I mean, BJP and the NDA government is committed to that. But we have a few milestones before that. One milestone is the start of the parliament session. The parliament is suddenly going to look different this time. The opposition bench is looking a lot more populated than earlier. So the din and the noise and the uproar and the walkouts and the disturbances, I think the government has to be more mentally prepared to see as to make sure that the parliament runs properly. That's the first milestone. My second milestone is the union budget. So all the things that you mentioned there, Uday, in your graphics, I think they would be included in the budget as well. and add to this some tax reforms, some more allocations, infrastructure push, and so on and so forth. So I think the budget as a document is going to lay out the plan for the next 1 year, undoubtedly. I mean, that's going to be for the remaining 9 months or 10 months that are left of this financial year. But then there is no stopping as far as the Sankalp Patra micro commitments are concerned, whether it is Lakpati Didi or whether it is education reforms. Those are the small things. They are not small after all. But then those are the micro level things which I think BJP would like to, NDA would like to focus on. Manufacturing, I feel, is going to be in focus because at least a dozen companies that I know, Uday, who are in the queue at this point of time. In China, you'll be surprised to know, the boardroom hot discussion is they want to relocate from there and they're waiting for the Indian government to lay the carpet. And I'm told, although this is not officially verified, that they were waiting for the elections to finish because of the MCC, the Model Code of Conduct, some of the policy changes and some of the policy clearances were not coming through. So they were waiting for that. I think so you can expect in the next 100 days, lot of clearances being given to overseas investment projects which are in the waiting. This was not part of the Sankalp Patra, but they piled up because of the MCC being in force. So that is one thing. Second, I think infrastructure push is undoubtedly going to continue. So this was just a stopover. Although the infrastructure projects which were already going on, they haven't stopped. But then the new projects, the new sanctions, the highways, the ports, the airports, whatever was being done on infrastructure front, the railways, I think the pause which took up because of the policy paralysis which happened because of elections, I think that embargo is now gone. So we will see infrastructure in action, which will automatically, Uday, take care of the employment. The opposition rant of this Garibi, Berozgari. Another aspect which I think was not in Sankalp Patra, but it has cropped up now, is the inflation of pulses and vegetables. I think that is, if we heard the RBI governor a couple of days ago, he was very categorical. He said the inflation is very much under control, but the last leg of inflation is particularly due to vegetables and pulses. So I'm sure government has laid out a plan to make sure that these middlemen chain, the unnecessary hoarding that happens, the black marketing that happens, whatever is leading to this extraordinary rise in pulses, because Mehngai was also one of the rants which were done by the opposition in the election. Whether they succeeded in converting them into some of the seats, yes and no. Maybe yes, maybe no. It all depends on the psephology analysis. But the fact of the matter is that this Mehngai, Berozgari, I think these are the two things which government will address from several fronts, whether it is Lakpati Didi, whether it is making ladies as Narayanis. Government will try and corner this problem from all ends, because if this particular rant grows, I think the opposition will be a lot more motivated then to take it forward to the next level. They will say that we have already climbed up a few ladders. We will rather like to climb few more ladders, few more steps because of this. So I think government would not like this agenda to continue any further. Then killing the inequality of income amongst the various sections of the society, the K-shaped recovery, which a lot of people speak about, whether it is true or not true, that is a different question. But I think addressing the K-shaped growth which is happening in certain sections of the economy, I won't say that economy overall is growing in K-shape, because that's not true. If 25 crore people have come out of multidimensional poverty index, we cannot call it as a defined K-shape inquiry. But yes, to a certain extent, in certain sections of the economy, as I said, you could observe, because some of the people who are rich because of the stock markets or because of the startup, you will see that their wealth grows all of a sudden. Whereas some of the people who are in the lower rung of the society, the gap increases. So I'm sure this is counting on the mind of the government, and they will want to address this sooner than later. Another aspect which was, I don't know if this was in the Sankalp Patra graphics or not, because I don't remember all the 13 of them. Corruption. I think a crackdown on corruption in the lower rung of the administration is counting on the minds of the Prime Minister. I'm very sure about that. Okay. The top level of the government, strata of the government is very clean. We all know that. But then as you climb down,
okay, that's something also that needs to be eradicated. Let me quickly bring in Sumit Peer at this point. Sumit Peer, the Prime Minister, of course, signing a file on agriculture, on farmers. That clearly will be a priority of the union government, will be, of course, one of the main focus areas in this 100-day plan. But also, we are getting word now from our sources that it has been decided in the Union Cabinet meeting today to provide assistance to 3 crore additional rural and urban households, Sumit, for the construction of houses to meet the housing requirements arising out of increase in the number of eligible families. We do know, of course, that the government of India has been implementing the Manifesto Yojana to a lot of success since 2015-2016 to provide assistance to eligible rural and urban households, and 3 crore additional rural and urban households now to be constructed. Big decision taken today. Sumit Peet.
Uday, at 4 crore, that is 40 million houses constructed. That is already a world record. There is no country, no economy which has done this much for the poor. Now, if you add 3 crore, means 70 million. 40 plus 30, 70 million and going strong. In one house, you have around 4 to 5 people live in. So if I do a rough back of the envelope calculation, 7 into 4, 7 into 4 is 28. 28 crore people will have a pakki chat on their head, or maybe you can go to 35 crore people. This kind of a measure is unforeseen, unprecedented, have never heard before. It's not only, then you get a gel, you get free ration, you get Nal Se Jal, you get Saman Nidhi, you get Mudra loan, then you get Lakpati Didi, you get Drone Didi. There's a host of schemes which are coming, and the first important step today was to sign up the Saman Nidhi. People have been issuing Sankalp Patra. Rahul Gandhi and Kharge ji have signed everything. People are queuing up at their offices. Bhaiya, wo 1 lakh rupees kab milega? Ya Rahul bhaiya ne sign kiye, Kharge ji ne sign kiye. People are opening those accounts in post offices and wanting to get then 1 lakh rupees. Nobody is getting. Berozgar is asking, you promised me a 1 lakh ki nokri, uska kya hoga? They promise you promise me 8,500. When will it come my account? When the Congress is signed Sankalp Patras are, becoming toilet paper, here the Honorable Prime Minister is transferring 20,000 crores into your account. This is governance delivered. This is why Modi ji wins election after election after election. It's not a promise, it's not a patra. So this time around, Congress could pull a big one with that signed patra and all that. Some of the people believe that, unfortunate, especially from one particular community, and they believe that. But ultimately, Uday, it is always the development delivered. That is the mantra of Modi ji. And this myth of rural distress, let me tell you two things. When Modi ji took over, the MSP is over now 2.5%. Highest production, highest procurement and money given last year, right? We control 40% of the food grains of the world. If there is agrarian distress, if the farmers are in really bad shape, how is this happening? It won't happen. How are you controlling 40% of the food grain of the world? How you have all the highest production? How you have got all the ethanol productions? How you are number 4th in hydrocarbons? So when you look up everything, you understand this is more of an issue created by the opposition. But yes, farmers need more. They should get more. And this 3 crore houses are not going to farmers only. They're going to all the people who need it. So this move of Prime Minister, wherein you are from the first day trying to take care of, what Prime Minister said, Garib, Yuva, Kisan, and ladies, Mahilaye. So these are the only 4 divisions of the Indian society. There is no caste division, there is no religious division. These 4 divisions, and when these 3 crores are given, तो उदय जी बताइए, किसी की जात पूछी क्या, धर्म पूछा क्या? Like Rahul Gandhi will ask you, what is your jat? Are you a Brahman or not? How many are Brahmins in you? And how many are, Dalits in your channel? I don't know. Rahul Gandhi can ask you one day that. But when these schemes are rolled out, did he ask anybody anything? No, he did not ask anybody.
Okay, come in here, Rajlakshmi Joshi. This is a big step taken. 3 crore additional rural and urban households to benefit from this. The government determined to far advance the spread of the Pradhanmantri Awas Yojana. That finding, a decision taken on the first day, the first cabinet meeting. What does that really tell us about the focus of Modi 3.0? This follows, of course, the decision taken for the farmers as well, Rajlakshmi.
Yes, Sudhir, the very first decision he took was for the Kisan Samman Nidhi. And then now the first word that I heard, from his cabinet meeting was about the rural poor. So that I think, both the things actually, they are kind of overlapping also in a way. And I think that he is talking about rural development. See, this thing about toilets, it is definitely an issue of the urban public spaces as well. So he is also talking about building public toilets in public spaces as well, for women especially. And at the same time, this is about the PM Awas Yojana and also the Swachh Bharat mission. So all of this together, this is something that gives a lot of dignity to women. So this thing about where, he has actually focused on the welfare of women in all his terms. So in his first term, second term, and now also, he is talking about women-led development. So there is going to be a lot of push on infrastructure for women also, for them to be able to work in a more easy way in whatever field they may be in. So that related infrastructure as well. So toilets and houses, and that also is, the registration in the name of the woman, that actually makes a huge difference. So this has been something that he has already achieved in the past 2 terms as well. So this is not something like it's just a promise or it's just lip service. So this definitely is something that he has
So this
made
scheme,
a
of
big
course,
part.
as you're saying, it's also a medium of women empowerment. It's also a women. It's a medium of equality, isn't it? As the PM talks about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, because at the end of the day, there is no discrimination over caste or religion or any other parameters when you're getting these houses, not gender as well, but Lakshmi.
Yes. See, he is talking about something that this is for every woman. This is a matter of dignity. So, especially in the rural areas where people used to go out for all these activities, which actually had a big toll on their dignity and as well as security. That was something that made a huge shift, actually. And not just that, like I said, even in the public spaces, toilets, they are a very integral part. So a lot of women actually are not able to go to schools and to their offices also because of lack of toilets. So all of this actually is going to have a big shift because of all these kind of policies. And this is something that has actually slipped from the vision of the previous prime ministers, and that is something that I find absolutely fascinating as to how PM Modi can actually have this kind of a vision. Rahul Gandhi had ridiculed the PM for this kind of a statement in when he made this first statement from the Red Fort. But this is something that he stood by in his 2 terms, and he made it a very strong point that this is something that I am going to take up even more strongly in the coming terms. So like I was saying, you need to be able to know how your child is going to be taken care of when you are working. You need to be able to know what is going to be your sanitation aspect, how you're going to be using the toilets, how the daughter is going to be using the toilets when she goes to the schools. So all these kind of things, toilet, it's a basic facility, but it makes a huge difference. So I think that this is a very integral part of women empowerment. So even the houses, like I said, knowing that she's going to have a safe roof over her head, and added to it tap water coming into a house and Ujjwala mission, all of this together makes a complete ease of living. So it makes women empowerment and women-led development. So for a woman to go out and have women-led development, she needs to be comfortable, she needs to be secure in her own home first. So all of this actually adds up to a woman adding to the economy as well, because if you keep out 50% of your population out of the economy, if out of the whatever production it may be, whatever services it may be, I think it actually brings down your economy. So you have.
Are we getting a sense, Manasvi Thapar, of what this Modi 3.0 government will entail over the next 5 years? Are we getting a sense of what the 100-day plan is through these decisions taken on day one itself? And do you believe this is something that could be a political masterstroke as well? What is your analysis, Manasvi Thapar?
I feel that this is going to be a very inclusive kind of a government wherein opposition would be heard, alliance partners would be respected, and together there would be an inclusive growth for the country. I don't feel it otherwise. Why? Because one thing which I'm very sure is that this government is going to be a stable government, knowing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's character and also knowing the character of Congress. This particular Congress is not very good at breaking governments, which in the past BJP is very strong at breaking governments, while Congress is not strong at breaking governments. So that is going to be a beneficial factor for the BJP and the NDA, that this is going to be a united front. Why? Because Congress is not so strong, and the soul of this Congress is not about breaking political parties. I will only talk about the last 10 years of this Congress, not about the previous Congress sentiments. So now, having said that, so what happens here is the alliance is going to be stronger. Why? Because and the government of the country will take care of the Bihar region, will take care of the Andhra region. So this brings that inclusivity, so that only one particular part of the country will not just grow. It's going to be an overall growth, and all sectors have to be taken about together. So this is very optically very sounding very strong of that the first signature is on the Kisan Samman Nidhi. Is why? Because Kisan Samman was not given in the previous 2 tenures. So you didn't respect the Kisans in the past. That's why the agitation happened, and that's why you had to go away with the 3 laws. And now you have to respect the Kisan. You can't go away with respecting Kisans. And I feel whatever happened in the past, if the government is improving, if the government is learning from its mistakes, I think it's a great step. I don't see it otherwise. Just for criticizing the government on something which is good, I don't think that's going to be valid. If the Sarkar is learning from the previous mistakes it did against the farmers, I think it's a great step. It's a great validation. If the Sarkar is listening to the alliances, it's a good collaborative, co-rising thing happening in the country. If the alliances are respected, if the opposition is heard on the matters which are on the national issues, it should be heard, and together we grow the country. That's how a progressive country, and we should, the onus of that has to be on us. Is also why, because we are the largest democracy of the world. We need to show the path to other democracies that together we can collaboratively work as a country, and that is something which has to be shown right now. And it's a great step. I don't see it otherwise. It's a great step. Farmers has to be respected. Poor have to be taken to a different level, and together only that federalism can only function together when we all function in the right direction. I think it's a good step. It's a good beginning. The day one is a good day for us as a country.
It certainly is a good day, and it sets the tone and tenor, do you believe, Chandni, for the 100 days ahead, but also the 5 years ahead as well. We did see how, of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had already, towards the end of the Modi 2.0 term, chaired a meeting on the 100-day action plan. He was confident. He had faith in the people of India that they would speak in his favor come the 4th of June, and that's exactly what happened. So the plans, it seems, were set in motion from then, and the implementation already has begun. It's been not even 24 hours since the oath taking, Chandni Pritisha.
Yes, Uday, and very well said that he had already begun to plan the next 100 days of how he would be operating and how the NDA would be operating, what all would be done, because he was confident on people's mandate and that he would be chosen. And given that he has been chosen, yes, the top priorities of the Modi cabinet would be empowering farmers, empowering women, and empowering the youth of the country. And with the soil health card, micro irrigation, the Kisan Samman Yojana, the Kisan Samman Nidhi. Today itself they would be allocating 20,000 crores on the very first day of him taking the position of the Prime Minister of this country again for the 3rd consecutive time. So yes, it is very imperative for the Prime Minister of this country to have a vision that would go beyond the next 5 years or the next 100 days. You look at the even the healthcare sector that he has been working upon. He has extended the Ayushman Bharat scheme. He would be covering the senior citizens above 70 years of age to have free and high quality healthcare. So many people have already been benefited along under this scheme. Apart from that, he would also be providing health insurance to around 5 lakh per family. He would also be providing tertiary care hospitalization to over 12 crore vulnerable families. BHU today has the largest cancer hospital. Who would have imagined Varanasi having the largest cancer hospital in the country? Apart from that, the health infrastructure development, there would be also digital healthcare that he would be launching. That would be, I guess, called national digital healthcare mission that would be providing services to the remainder of the population which are not covered by the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. There would be, again, as I said, healthcare provided for vulnerable groups that would be given. But apart from that, what I feel is also, when you look at the overall, Sankalp Patra, there is also the implementation of the Nyaya Sanhita across the country, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Now, it was very important for India to have its own legal infrastructure, which we were having, and we were having a legal infrastructure, but we were following the British law from a very, very long time, and it was very important for us to have a law which was pertaining to the Indian context. And yes, there would be a lot of amendments that would be taking place because it's very new, but I'm very happy that a Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita would be implemented across the country. And he keeps on saying this is Modi ki guarantee, whenever he brings out the Sankalp Patra, and he even delivers it to a great extent. So the Modi ki guarantee for these 5 years and for the next coming years, it would be for a secure and prosperous Bharat, for a secure and prosperous India, and for on a good governance. There is a uniform civil code that needs to be implemented. The one nation, one election needs to be implemented. Atmanirbhar defense sector needs to be taken par excellence. Quality of education, not only for the urban and the rural, but for the tribal children, also needs to be established at for higher learning and higher capacity. Regional developments, and of course, very important that the peace in the Northeast is also maintained. The third 3.0 era needs to see that the interstate border disputes among the northeastern states also needs to be needs to be put to a resolution through sustained efforts. So the key initiatives that the Sankalp Patra is seen has a lot of on the tech side, on the economic side, on the healthcare side, on the, again, as I said, on the farmer side, infrastructure side, education side, the social security side of not just the urban but the poor people as well. As you mentioned earlier, the Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, the free ration for the poor Yojana, the inclusion of auto rickshaw, taxi, truck drivers, and all other drivers in the social security schemes. All these when you look at from the broader perspective, they add a lot to the overall growth of the Indian diaspora.
Yes. Okay. Let me also take that across to George Kurian, who's also, of course, with us on the broadcast. What is your take on these decisions, George, taken on day one? The Prime Minister, of course, says he's got to work on day one itself. It's going to be, a Janta ka PMO. He's also said, it's a call for action. He's full of energy and hopes his team will be as well. What are your expectations on what the 100-day report card of Modi 3.0 will be, in the next few weeks?
I'm a very optimistic person otherwise, but when it comes to Narendra Modi and NDA government, I'm not at all optimistic, and my expectations is not at all at par, because I know in the last 10 years of Modi government, there has been complete corruption and misgovernance and misrule. So there is absolutely no much expectations. It's all the promises that the Modi government makes is just hollow promises. There is no white paper. And I strongly believe that the Modi 3.0 is on a wet wicket at this point in time, because why I'm saying this is because there is a lot of dissent within the Bharatiya Janata Party, the RSS cadre, and also its alliance partners. When it comes to Chandrababu Naidu, or for that matter JDU, we get to hear different statements, and be KC Tyagi making on Agniveer and the dissent among the Muslim community in Andhra. It's for everyone to see. It's in public domain, so I don't want to get into that. So as I said, 3.0 is all sounds good, and sounds very good for photo op and things like that. But having said that, we also have seen how the youth have been going through distress, the farmers, be it the farmers, the women, and the national security for that matter. So everything is in doldrums at this point in time. All we could see is that, the only reason why the Modi government could has slipped from 303 to 240 is the reason why, all the promises are hollow in nature. That absolutely, as far as beneficiary is concerned, I would challenge Sumit to, give me 40 names out of, houses that the Modi government has given out of 4 crores that they are claiming. 40 names in and with the addresses, it's not there. So think it's all null mein jal and all these things sound good. With farmers, we have seen how the farmers have protested, and that's the reason Modi government is a big zero in Punjab. So things sounds good, but as far as Modi 3.0 is concerned, I really doubt it will sustain 100 days for that matter. We all know the expectation from Chandrababu Naidu or Nitish Kumar. They're looking for a special status. All these things are not good. For Modi government and for Narendra Modi. It's sort of compulsion, that these 100 days plan and things like that, and the first cabinet meeting and signing of checks and releasing of funds. It's all for the people to see and hear. It sounds good, but nothing is going to happen. It's going to continue the way it is, and I'm sure this government is not going to sustain, because it's very difficult to handle Chandrababu Naidu or, for that matter, Nitish Kumar. We've known in the past they have bad relations. Chandrababu Naidu had exited the NDA government. Same goes with Nitish Kumar. On and off, it keeps switching sides. So it's not a permanent. This government is not going to sustain for 5 years for sure. And we as a Congress party, we have given an inclusive manifesto. We are committed. When we get an opportunity to come to power, we are sure that we will implement all those promises that we have made in a 48-page manifesto that we have given to the country at large. And that's the reason Congress could, rise from 52 to 99. And also the Sangli MP has, given us the his.
George, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Can I come in?
Are you able to hear me, George? Yes, I have to come in
good.
here because my question to you was not for 5 years. It was on the 100-day plan. Sharad, wait, I'll just come to you. George Kurian, my question was not on 5 years, it was on the 100-day plan. So if you are saying that the government is not going to last 5 years, that doesn't pertain to what I was asking. According to you, do you believe the government will not even last 100 days?
I'm doubtful.
Okay, you're doubtful that the government will even last 100 days. Why is that? Why is that, George? And also, George, is it also a bit hopeful for you to already be, deciding what the Congress party will be implementing in your first 100 days? You have to first get to 272 for that.
Well, Uday, as you know, that Rahul Gandhi was very clear when he took the public rallies and meetings that when we come to power, MSP was the one thing that we would implement as soon as possible. All the low-hanging fruits, the jobs which are open in the government state.
George Kurian, the election is over now. The election is over now. We've heard all of that in the campaign.
Yeah,
and the
correct,
public have decided that they believe the NDA more than you. Yes, your seats have risen to 99, but the BJP seats are at 240 and the NDA has crossed the 272 mark and they formed the government. Now my question to you is, what are your expectations from the 100 days of the Modi government? What do you believe the focus areas should be? Solely, you need to be a constructive opposition. You are saying the government will not even last for 100 days. You're not even answering the question, George Kurian.
As a principal opposition party in this country, we are a constructive
And you are not here as a Congress spokesperson. You are here as a political analyst. So I expect some impartial analysis from you. George, I expect impartial analysis from you.
NDA-led Bharatiya Janata Party to deliver on socio-economic, carry out a caste census in the country. We also want to ensure that they carry out the caste census and also publish the data. And also delimitation exercise is due. MSP should be guaranteed, and Agniveer should be withdrawn. See, all these things are important for us. We will keep raising. We'll keep raising in the Lok Sabha.
Okay. Yes, Sharad Kohli, you wanted to respond to George Kurian. Go ahead.
Yeah, there is no end to pessimism. First of all, I mean, I can see a trace of things which are going to come up in the parliament from respectfully what Mr. Kurian has spoken. Everything seems to be negative. The country seems to have shut down. Nothing is going to happen. Heavens are going to fall. It seems from what he was saying, everything is out of order. But the fact of the matter is, we have a forex reserves of $650 billion as of today. Number one, our tax collections have grown 23%. We have become the 5th largest economy. So if we take what Mr. Kurian is saying, then all these numbers, they should be thrown out of the window. The IMF and the World Bank have acknowledged these windows. So if you keep your eyes shut, I'm afraid it doesn't become night. Shut your eyes and so, sorry, this is night. I'm sorry, that's not the way night falls happen. You have to look at the numbers. You have to look at how the country is doing, how the country is being respected today. I'm sorry to hear about Mr. Kurian's statement and the way he's making that in 100 days,
the mandate is not for the
forget about 5 years. What he's talking is absolute rubbish.
Decimated to 240.
I'm worried.
They were expecting 400 plus.
Please don't intervene. I didn't interfere in your rubbish when you were speaking. I never said a word.
I'm trying to hear your facts.
Stop it. You cannot cross talk. I was not speaking. We were all patiently listening to your nonsense. I'm not going to allow you to
You should answer why BJP has decimated to 240 from 303.
Do not intervene. Do not
intervene. They have really done so much good on ground. The ground reality is totally different.
Have manners, Mr. Kurian.
I'm saying the ground reality is totally different.
Mr. Kurian, you are not going to disrespect the panel. Please shut your mouth and listen to what I'm saying. Please listen to what I'm saying.
For the audience,
do not intervene.
For the benefit of the audience, I have to intervene.
You will have to interfere here. This man cannot speak in the manner he cannot do cross.
Okay. Let's all calm down. Let's all calm down. Sharad Kohli, quickly complete your point. George Kurian, I'll allow you to come back here.
My point is, Uday, the world knows where India is today. On a calmer note, the world knows where India is today. The numbers are with IMF and World Bank. These numbers have not been taken out by Congress or the BJP. The numbers are in public domain. 25 people.
George Kurian responding to you now. George Kurian responding to you.
Poverty index. The whole world knows about it. If Congress doesn't want to believe, it's their problem. I'm sorry, it's totally their problem.
It's not the Congress. The voters don't believe, but Narendra Modi and BJP.
I'm afraid night falls cannot happen in that manner.
They couldn't surpass the halfway mark on their own.
I don't want to argue with this man. I do not want to argue with this man. Please ask him to keep his mouth shut. If he wants to talk nonsense.
Okay. No, please. Okay, let's calm down now. Let's calm down now. George Kurian has a right to respond. Go ahead, George Kurian. Go ahead.
Uday, what I'm trying to say is, the number speaks for itself. Sharad Kohli, he's open to keep his views, but having said that, the Modi government was claiming.
I'm open to my views. I'm not open to somebody.
They have really done so much for the people of India at large. Why did they slip down to 240? Please answer, Sharad Kohli. Please answer.
That's all.
What happened to 400 power?
Chandni, please come in here.
What happened to 400 power?
We are not going to let this man speak now. He's not letting us speak.
You have no answer to my questions. Mr. Sharad, you have no answer to my questions.
You cannot be allowed to speak.
Answer to me, why has the Bharatiya Janata Party been decimated to 240?
Please come in
you
here.
have an answer.
This man will not speak now. Chandni, please come in here. This man will not speak.
Okay. One second. No. One second. Let's all calm down now. Let me pause this for a second. Sumit Peer wants to come back in. Let's quickly mute now. I don't like to mute our guests, but we're going to have to. Sharad Kohli and George Kurian, please mute them for 5 minutes at least, because I need to quickly get in our other guests as well who have been hearing you out patiently. Sumit Peer, come back in here. Sumit Peer, you've heard the point that George Kurian made. He's not even believing that the government will complete 100 days. Your response to that? He's also he believes that the allies are going to hold sway over Narendra Modi government and they're not going to deliver because of that on their Sankalp Patra. Your response to that?
Uday, let me bring the things to perspective. First of all, Mr. Kurian, let me remind you, this is the third best performance of Bhajpa or BJP. And this is the third worst performance of Congress since inception. So if you think 52 to 99 is something great, if your third best performance is something great, good luck to you. Keep on doing well. I'm with you. Lage raho munna bhai. Karte raho. I have no problem. Second point, you said, bhai, 4 crore houses were not delivered, sir. If you can do a RTI right now, you will get naam pata of every house delivered. If you don't want to do that, there are a lot of websites. Go to state, click on the district. You will have the names. You will have the names with the pata of the people who have got those houses, because they are all tagged to Aadhaar data. So as a political analyst or a Congress sympathizer, if you are saying 4 crore houses were not delivered, either you have to jump from the top of the building or I need to jump from the top of the building, Udai, and all of other panelists, because that is something which nobody is going to take you. Third point, last month, let me remind you, what was our growth last year? Last quarter, 8.2. What was our FY24? 7.8%. IMF, World Bank, JP Chase, Morgan Stanley, ENY, everybody is saying we are the fastest growing economy of the world. We have a $550 billion of foreign exchange reserves. You cannot negate that. We are number 4th in hydrocarbons. Can you say no to that? We control 40% of the world's full grid. Can you say no to that? We are the 5th biggest economy by GDP. Can you negate that? We are the 3rd by PPP, $14.75 trillion. Can you negate that? We are exporting medicines to 203 countries. Can you negate that? We are, today, our our exports have been $770 billion. Can you negate that? We have more houses and have more roads than United States of America. Can you say no to that? We are building 1 kilometer of road at 1 hour. Can you say no to that? We have today more youth, 800 million youth and most competent youth. Can you negate that? Our demographic dividend is going to last for 70 years. Can you negate that? We have given the highest insurance of 54 crore people in the world, more than United States of America. Can you say no to that? More than the population of United Kingdom has been already cured by that medical insurance. Can you negate that? We are giving rations to 80 crore people. Can you negate that? We have the highest bumper production of food grains and wheats and cereals. Can you negate that? Our economy, our inflation is 4.5% as we talk today, less than 4%, you enter deflation. Can you negate that? On 13 number 2013, the food inflation was 24%. Today we are at 4%. Can you negate that? In space, we are number 4. In IT, we are number 1. We are if you look at any asset, we'll be in top 3, 4. And let me tell you one more thing. If Modi ji has messed up everything, how is his approval rating higher than Joe Biden? How is it that Modi ji's approval rating is 70-75% all through the 10 years? What has Modi ji done? Have you corrupted all organizations in the whole of the world?
Manasvi Thapar, your response to that? Is it unfortunate now to continue politics? The fact is, the rhetoric should have been over. The campaign, of course, allows all parties a free say. But now that a government has been sworn in, is it unfortunate to start plotting doomsday from day one itself? Shouldn't we be all contributing to the building of India growth story? Manasvi Thapar.
Ideally, we should, but seeing what BJP also have, we should also question the BJP when they are wrong. Also, we are allowed to question them. So while we were in the middle of the COVID scenario, they broke Madhya Pradesh. They broke. In the past have broken Goa. There's 6 times they've broken state assembly. So questioning the BJP is also nationalistic. It is always nationalistic when you question the people in power. Why? Because when they do something wrong, you have to question them, and not questioning them is anti-national according to my standard of understanding of nationalism. So with that same standard, when we are the largest at everything, it is also commonsensical why we are largest, because we are the largest population of the world. So we are the largest consumer base, we are the largest internet user, we are the largest 5G users, we are the largest smartphone users. We are the largest because we have the largest population of the world and the largest open market for the world, and that's why people are investing in India. And Indians have become very advanced in technology. Indians have become advanced in terms of buying power, because we are growing as a nation. We are the largest youth of the nation, so we are going to be largest in every segment. UP is larger than lots of countries. So if UP as a population is to be considered, it's going to be a 20th country of the world. So that's how India is all about. The demography of India, the culture of India, the climate of India is suitable for almost everyone. That's why lots of countries in the past have come to India. That's why East India came to India, and not contrary. East British was established by Indians. So that's not how it is. So it has not to be given to one particular person. We can't give that Ashok the Great created this country, was the first ruler of the country. That's why he has to be. It's a collaborative efforts of everyone. So it's not about that last 10 years or the next 5 years are the greatest of this country ever had. No, the country has been great since it was there, since the civilization started. So we are the civilization. We should not give it to one particular. The base has been built by lots of people there. We can't take away the glory of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. We can't take away, leave the Gandhis and the Nehrus. We can't take away the glory of other 11 prime ministers. We have to give them that respect. And also the voters of that particular period.
The BJP also did it. Why then blame the Congress for it, says Manasvi?
Why? One quick point, Uday, if you are.
If my Prime Minister Narendra Modi does something good after 10 years when he'll not be in power, I'm saying that this particular season of 2047 is the greatest period, and what the previous Prime Minister did was wrong. No, we have to be, as a nation, we have to be collaborative of all the achievements. Yes, as a democracy, we may have done mistakes in the past, but we evolved. And that's why we say that it has to be all the 14 prime ministers should be given their dues, and it should not be that the last 10 years were the greatest. No, Manmohan Singh did a great job with whatever he had. Before that, Atalji did a great job when he was there in the prime ministership, and Lal Bahadur Shastri did a great. We may have a problem with 3 prime ministers, which is Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, and Jawaharlal Nehru, but we can't take away the glory of other prime ministers. And why should we take the glory of these 3 prime ministers also? Indira Gandhi.
Okay, well, another focus, of course, is going to be on infrastructure. Another focus, of course, is going to be on infrastructure. My colleague Ashif Iqbal is with us. Ashif, क्या ये खबर कंफर्म हो चुकी है कि नितिन गडकरी को दोबारा surface transport and highways minister बनाया जाएगा? And who are going to be his MOSs? Is this now confirmed news, or is it still through sources, Ashif? Okay, I think we've lost that connection with him. But yes, yes, Sumit, please go ahead.
Can I continue?
No, Manasvi, you've had your say. Let's allow Sumit a quick counter, and then I need to get back the others as well. Yes.
Uday, you know, when you do a comparison in governance from a 1.8 trillion to 4.1 trillion, I think that is a big jump in 10 years. And let me take you to Sri P. Chidambaram Sahab, what did he say on the patal of the parliament, on the floor of the parliament? He said, when we became the 11th economy, I'm quoting Mr. Chidambaram, that if Congress is in governance for next 30 years, 30 years, then we will possibly reach the 5th biggest economy in the world. That too only if Congress is in governance, and I am the finance minister. Anyway, he said that. I am quoting Mr. Chidambaram. Now, if that thing was done in 9 years, and we are going to become number 3 in another 2 years, so do you think there's a difference between the governance of Mr. Chidambaram and Mr. Modi, and Mr. Manmohan Singh and Mr. Modi? And what did Mr. Chidambaram say? The knowledge of Modi is something which can be written on the back of a stamp paper. Let me also quote Mr. Chidambaram, the then finance minister. He said, you imagine going to a bazaar and buying aloo and giving a credit card, and then he would swap a card and take your payment. They made a lot of fun. They were laughing and giggling. Now today, 5 out of the 6 payments in this India are done by what? Are done by this Beam and are done by Paytm and things like that. Now today, 46% of the total global payments are done in India, which are digital. India's payments market is today $10 trillion.
Yes, Raj Lakshmi.
The economy. How do you answer that? It has happened in Modi's tenure, na? Ye Modi ji ne kiya na. So why are you?
Raj Lakshmi also quickly come in. Yes.
Can I respond?
Uday, you know, if 15 years ago someone would have told me that India is going to be the most technologically advanced country in the world, then maybe, you know, everyone would have laughed. So, but today, if you visit other countries, they are not able to use a simple payment technique like the UPI. That is something that was started by India. And that is something that the other countries are taking up now. So that is something that, you know, you
My colleague Anand Singh is also in fact now joining us. Anand, is it now confirmed that Nitin Gadkari will continue in his role in the Modi 2.0 government, in the Modi 3.0 government as well? And does this mean that they're happy with his performance and they want the same kind of push for infrastructure in this tenure as well?
Hello.
Anand, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I'm audible.
Please go ahead. Did you hear my question?
No, could you please repeat your question?
Is it likely that Modi 3.0 will also see Nitin Gadkari in the same role that he had in Modi 2.0? And does this mean that the government is happy with his performance and they want the same pace of infrastructure acceleration as we've seen earlier?
Yeah, even as sources are saying as of now that Nitin Gadkari, who won once again from Maharashtra, has been rewarded for his splendid work that he has done in last 10 years in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, as he has been given the portfolio of the same ministry once again. So he has been rewarded by the Modi government, looking at the stellar work that he has done in the last 10 years on the infrastructure of the taking up the national...
Indicating that to you, Anand. Let me, sources indicating that, of course, to you, Anand. Yes, George Kurian, though, wanted to come back in because George Kurian, of course, has been listening patiently to Sumit's points and Raj Lakshmi's points, but he disagrees. George Kurian, why do you disagree? Do you believe that, that this is not going to happen under Modi 3.0? George, go ahead.
Uday, see, the fact of the matter is that the Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Narendra Modi, has not been given the mandate. Although they must be, at 240.
Uday, I have to object to this.
But having said that, the Congress Party of BT India Alliance are also equally, or if you look at the percentage-wise, hardly any difference. But having said that, I would want to say and reiterate for the benefit of your audience is, it's not in the nature and character of the Congress party to break pre-poll alliances. That's the only reason we are keeping silent at this point in time. Otherwise, our relations with Nitish Kumar or Chandrababu Naidu is much better than what Narendra Modi is. They have been going on and off with that. So we are confident we'll stay in the opposition, but we are also confident that Narendra Modi will not live up to the expectations of Chandrababu Naidu, or for that matter, Nitish Kumar with respect to BR and Andhra. So we'll wait and watch. And the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson on your debate and the sympathizers should, prepare themselves to be in the opposition in the later part, sometime very soon. And we will ensure that we will do justice to the people of India at large. We will carry out the caste census survey and all those things. MSP will be given. We are waiting. This government is not going to last because it's on a.
जॉर्ज साहब, आपकी बात सुन के एक शेर याद आया, दिल के अरमा आंसुओं में बह गए, हम वफा करके भी तन्हा रह गए। आप ये याद रखिए, 5 साल तक आपके काम आएगा। 5 साल 2029 तक आपके काम आए ना। ये आपको एक कपलेट दिया है, this will keep you motivating for the 29 election and from 29 to 34 election.
I wish you all the very best.
आप ये याद रखिए,
situation will arise. The situation will arise, and it is for you to watch.
अभी हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? हम आपको याद दिलाते रहेंगे, दिल के अरमा आंसुओं में बह गए।
Uday, can I say something here? Uday, can I say something?
Yes.
Uday, it is shocking how the Congress spokesperson or the political analyst. So he is talking about this mandate as an illegal one. They are talking about PM Modi being his being a prime minister is illegal. So that is something ridiculous. They have to accept the mandate at some point.
George Kurin, how is it illegal?
This was a pre-poll.
George Kurin, how is it illegal? George Kurin, how is it illegal?
The electoral process of our country, and they're talking about
George Kurin, how is it illegal?
What I'm trying to say is that
we
agree that it's 240, which they haven't been able to
George Kurin, the alliance has crossed 272. The NDA alliance has crossed 272.
Well,
do you not understand the pre-poll alliance or what?
With all the expectations that the Bharatiya Janata Party had, they were claiming 400.
Has the NDA not crossed 272?
I'm sorry.
Has the NDA not crossed 272?
With respect to numbers, they have crossed 272.
Then how is this an illegal alliance?
A party with 99 seats.
Okay, he never said it's illegal. Ram Lakshmi never said it's illegal. He's saying he never said it's illegal. Okay, let me go across to Chandni Preeti Shah. Chandni Preeti Shah, this has been a big power pack day from the rural poor to the urban houses to also now, of course, the farmers of the country. They've all benefited on day one itself. Does this show how power packed the next 100 days are going to be? Chandni Preeti Shah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it, okay? I mean, George Kurian can all say that no one received the benefits and all, but we have seen how many people have received benefits. 4 crore houses were already built. 97.7% of population got Nal Se Jal in 2024. They could not even provide 44% population, and they are talking about unstable government. I mean, unstable government, that's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Do you deny this, George? Do you deny this, George? Do you deny this, George?
बता दो, गलत बोल रहे हैं.
Do you deny this, George?
Your alliance has already broken in Delhi.
Okay, let's allow him a chance. If he denies it, let's allow him a chance. George Kurin, do you deny this?
Uday, see, the mandate that the Bharatiya Janata Party has got speaks volumes, so I don't need to elaborate on that.
Okay.
They were claiming 400.
You've just suddenly changed in 2 minutes. You said the mandate is enormous. You've just said the mandate is enormous. You've also said that this is not an illegal government. Okay, go back. Chandni Preeti Shah, go back to you. Yes.
Yeah. So as I was saying, their alliance is already breaking in Delhi with Arvind Kejriwal, backing off the alliance for the Vidhan Sabha assembly, for the assembly elections. Now, not the Congress, they didn't allow Charan Singh to approve majority. They withdrew the support in 23 days. So, George Kiran can all keep this, bullcrap coming on. But the fact of the matter is, Narendra Modi
let's maintain some decency of language. Let's maintain
All
some
right,
decency of language.
I'm sorry
Yes.
for using that, but I'm sorry, but that was the only word that came in my mouth because it is that. But I take back my word. I will reframe it, and I would say that he can keep giving such statements just like his party keeps giving his statement. The fact of the matter is, they promised 8,500 rupees to get the votes. They got the votes. Today, the ladies, the females around the country
Sangvi, when we come to power and when we get an opportunity, we will
going on the
ensure
Congress
that it will
office.
be-
They are demanding that they
मेरे को भी दे दो जॉर्ज भैया, कहाँ मिलेंगे पैसे?
All
मैंने
right.
कितनी वोट दिया आपको? मुझे बता, पर्ची कहाँ भरूं? इवन आई हैव पुट योर वोट यार, मेरे को बता 8,000, मैं भी अनएम्प्लॉयड हूँ भाई, दे दो 8,500.
If we get an opportunity to come to power, we will ensure that we will do that.
अरे,
We'll meet up with all the
Uday, we are seeing a situation here. You see, you have to see two situations. I have seen thousands of women going to post offices. They want their 8,500. Going to Congress offices, कह रहे सुबह आओ शाम को, ये राहुल गांधी ने साइन किया है, नहीं मिला कुछ. Here, Prime Minister Modi first day in office, 20,000 crores transferred. It's in the bank accounts.
It's been a power-packed day. And now, of course, expectations will rise from the 100 days ahead as well. We'll keep tracking these developments. For the time being, my thanks to all of our guests for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.